Hey down, ladies and gentlemen, hour number 3 of the line with Andrew Mclain and Jonathan Bizzle. Welcome to. Wow, you're looking good on your camera, buddy. You're nice and bright.
Well, thank you. I was working on the lighting.
Did you change the angle of it? The angle looks better.
Well, I did a couple weeks ago, but I turned on the overheads that weren't on.
Oh, yeah.
AJ likes to keep it like a spaceship. It's like always so dark.
Oh, if I can keep it dark in here like that? Oh, yeah. That's my jam right there.
Now you have to tell ghost stories.
Do you remember when I used to do the show like this all the time?
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I love doing the show like this.
This keeps your energy up, man, when you got all the lights on you.
No, I feel like I can be more, what's the word I'm looking for? I can be more of myself. I think I'm more ambitious in the dark because it's like, you know how I am. If nobody's looking at you, you feel like you've got, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Turn on the lights.
Turn on the lights.
Yeah, you look a lot better in the light.
Right, fine.
Look at that. Woo! There we go. Now we're talking, baby.
There's a Steel Panther song called "Turn Out the Lights,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's because he was shacking up with some ugly chick. He was like, "Turn out the lights before you make me sick. Someone beat you with an ugly stick."
That's some great lyrics right there.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. All right, if you want to get in on the program, 205-545-9950. Keeping an eye on this Armed Services Committee hearing with Pete Hegseth. I'll let you know as that pops back up. We may hop in and out on that. I don't know. We'll just get a feel for it and see what happens. Also, if you want to join us on YouTube, Real Talk 99.5 TV, search that. You can find our channel, and you can be a part of it. Also, there's videos up there. John and I's trip to Oldie. Also, I post some of my adventures with Trish. The time John Bird almost pooped his pants during the show was up there on the reels.
It's a classic.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that channel, so make sure you're subscribed. And if you're on YouTube now, I'm watching YouTube as we speak. Give me a hey now in the chat. Type in hey now and make sure you're subscribed. For everybody that says hey now on the YouTube channel, I'm going to give you a free shout out, and I'm not going to charge you. Actually, I'll let John Bird give you a shout out.
Really?
Yeah, for this segment and this segment only. If you go on the YouTube and you type something in the chat room, we'll read whatever you type.
And I'll need to shout it, right? Because it's a shout out.
No, don't shout. Well, I guess we could test that out.
Yeah.
So you say their name, and then you can shout what they type.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. Heck, yeah, let's do that.
All right. So everybody hop in. Remember, go to your YouTube app, search Real Talk 99.5 TV, and we'll get to your shout outs here in a moment. Reminder about Jawbone Jam coming up, 10-year anniversary. You need to be a part of this, man. We want to see you there. It's May 15th. That's a Friday. That's coming up very soon, just a couple weeks away. And you get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or IronCityBham.com. If you go to Ticketmaster, just search Talk 99.5 or Jawbone Jam and buy you some tickets. We've still got tickets available. I think we're going to be giving some away as well, but I encourage y'all not to wait till the last minute. I think a lot of y'all are. Don't wait till the last minute to get your tickets. You're not going to be able to buy them at the door. You got to buy them in advance. So get with it. Thank you to, and we've got, obviously, Brother Kane, Stone Horses and Cattle are performing. It's going to be a big show. Thank you to Danny Knowles of the Knowles Group, Blakely's Bouquet, and Aqua Systems. All right, John Bird. So we've got some messages. Have you got it up?
Yes, I do. I'm looking.
All right, so you say their name, and you can just shout their message, okay? You can go ahead and start from the top.
I'll start from the top. Stacy G says, "Hey now, Birdworks says,
Don't read your own.
oh, yeah, that's stupid. God, idiot. I'm sorry. Okay. Then Robert England says, hey, baby, from Gunnersville. Woo! Woo! And then Nixon's back says, he.
What are you eating, by the way?
I'm not. I just I got that little a thing on my jaw, you know.
Are you sure you're not eating?
No, I'm not. Oh, and Tommy Mitchell says, hey now, where's the podcast, man?
We got one coming up Friday.
And Trace CM says, hey now. And Julie Holdersfield said, howdy. And Heart of Dixie said, hey now.
I don't feel like you're yelling them like I thought you were shouting them.
What? What should I? Oh, be louder? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. James Hollis. Hey now, Mississippi!
There you go.
Okay. And Timber for Darren says, hey now, hey now, hey now! Boomer of Birmingham Stallion says, Jay Bizzle was a very blessed man! And let's see, Spine Engineering says, hey now! And WDB 1933 or 1932 says, hey now, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. And Joseph Burnett says, hey now, from down home, dirt work I love see. Upstater Redneck said, hey now. What does Lil Hunt say? Lil Hunt says, hey now, Talk 99.5 is the best daytime show ever. Spine Engineering's back. He says, Mike Roxvold, hey now. Man, they're just going crazy. And this Brandon Hammerhold says, hey now, listening in Virginia on the lawnmower. Dang. And Stacy G says, I just filled out my Nielsen rating form and you were on my list. Hey, wait, she's in Florida. Thank you.
No, I don't think we can say that.
Oh, yeah, she's from Florida, Canada.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
we can just
Oh,
scratch
yeah.
that.
Yeah, she was just joking. Upstate Redneck says, hey now from upstate New York. And then finally, Boomer says, oh, he's right. Boomer says, save your voice, you got to sing.
When do you have to sing?
Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's true.
Oh, man.
Well, that was
Okay.
fun while it lasted. So.
Oh, wait, there's one more. Let me get this one in. And I'm going to have to do this one calm. Hey now, from the Whiskered Pig! Trace Com says, you got my dog to shut up! Yelling, John Bird!
John Bird. That's enough. That's enough. That's too much yelling. That's enough. It was echoing down the hallways, I'm sure.
You got me in trouble. I gotta go to the boss's office now.
Is that what they said? You gotta go to the
Yes.
office? Mm.
Yes.
That was, well, like, I guess it was kind of my fault because I did have you yelling.
Yeah, and I'm stupid because I listen.
But it got people on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So there is an upside to it.
Yeah. I'm glad that happened.
That's all right.
Glad that made you happy.
But listen, you were incredibly loud with that.
Yes, I was.
And I think your voice stood up pretty well. I think it'll be okay for Friday.
It hurts really bad right now, but I'm not going to talk loud anymore.
You're good. You're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
205-545-9950. If you want to get in. 545-9950. Let me tell you about Noto Roofing real quick. NOTOroofing.com. NOTOroofing.com. My roofing guys out here doing the thing, man. And as I don't even think, John Bird, I don't even think I told this story. Well, I told you, but I don't think I said it on air.
Mm-hmm.
I went out this morning to get in the vehicle to get ready for work. And in my driveway was probably a 30, 40-pound limb that had fallen off a tree and had landed right behind my vehicle.
Oh, man.
And if this limb would have landed on top of my vehicle, it would have completely smashed out my sunroof. And I got incredibly lucky that I wasn't parked a little further back. Ironically, Trish was actually parked in that exact spot a few days ago because when she got home, there was a stray cat in the driveway. And she's like, it wouldn't move. I couldn't pull all the way in. I'm like, the cat's going to move if you pull up. But nonetheless, That wasn't the case yesterday. I was parked in my normal spot. That limb came down, and I thought, yeah, man, I avoided absolute disaster in the middle of the night. Because if I would have gone out there and my car would have been smashed, that would have, you'd have had to come pick me up for work. That wouldn't have been good. And so, anyway, as I say that, I think about the fact that that same kind of stuff's falling on your roof. And if a big limb like that falls on your roof, there's a good chance it's going to cause some damage. The good news is, if you catch it in time and it does cause damage, it's usually a pretty simple fix. And in some cases, can be such a simple fix that it can be solved with your complimentary roof tune-up that they're going to give you absolutely free. But if there's damage, you ain't got a better roofing company out there than Noto that's going to be on top of it. So you know how much those guys support us. They got you covered if you're part of the Hey Now Nation. Reach out to them, let them know, and have them come out and give you that free roof inspection, complimentary roof tune-up. They will, in fact, take care of you. All their information is online, notoroofing.com, N-O-T-O roofing.com, 205-848-2299. That's 205-848-2299. Let them know I sent you. Does everybody remember this song? Cracker Man by STP. I actually didn't even know about this song until my boys in a band started covering it as part of their set. My guys from Mind Trip, which old buddies of mine. I don't know if you ever saw them back in the day. Early, mid 2000s, I guess. They were all over Birmingham and all over the area. They used to cover Cracker Man, Cracker Man. It's a good jam. That's a good band all around. So I'm watching this Hegseth hearing during the break, and it's getting heated. I mean, I'm looking at Pete Hegseth point his finger at a Democrat congresswoman right now, which is always a good sign. She actually goes off to read, the president tweeted out on Easter Sunday, open the effing straight. And how can you defend this? And blah, 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 blah. And, the typical stuff. But for the sake of argument, because it's live, I want to dip into that now. Let's go to it.
So how do you explain this post?
I'm not here to explain posts. We have an incredible commander-in-chief who
Mr.
puts our
Secretary,
troops first. I'm here for a budget hearing about our troops.
This is
It's a historic
about
budget that's giving
our
it a
troops.
chance to defeat
Mr. Secretary,
our adversaries,
Mr.
and President
Secretary,
Trump is
please,
doing that
this
in
is my
world-class fashion.
This is
Young
about
lady
our
has reclaimed her
troops.
time, Mr. Secretary.
This is about our troops. This is about who is commanding our troops and if our troops can trust that they are being sent into harm's way under good strategy. The mental stability of our commander-in-chief is deeply important to our troops. It's deeply important to this country. It
wasn't
our
important to you
troops'
during Joe
lives at
Biden.
stake. I'll remind you that when there were concerns, Democrats came together, and he was not our nominee for president. So I encourage you to have the same courage that Democrats had. Mr. Secretary, you keep saying that he is the best commander-in-chief we've ever had, the best negotiator.
Talk to the troops.
13 American troops have died. More than 380 have been wounded. The Strait of Hormuz, which was wide open, is now closed. Less than 90% of traffic through the strait is still not going despite the ceasefire. The Iranian regime is still in power. It still has nuclear material. The war is costing Americans billions of dollars. And Mr. Secretary, if you think that this is what winning looks like, then maybe we should be questioning your mental stability. Maybe you are the one responsible for this failure, and the president should think about replacing you.
Sounds
Mr.
like-
Chairman, I yield back.
Sounds
Young
like
lady
you're cheering
yields
for the
back.
wrong
Chair, I
side, which is
recognize
not
the young lady
surprising.
from Virginia, Miss Kiggins.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to our witnesses for being with us. I have the privilege of representing Virginia's 2nd Congressional District, so Hampton Roads, home to a lot of our East Coast Navy. And I had the privilege of attending the VFA 106 Change of Command on Friday, which is our fleet replacement squadron for the F8, for the aging F-18s. But what an awesome event. And to talk to some of the Navy leadership that was there and to listen to them say firsthand just about the morale of the squadrons that are currently deployed on the USS Ford, specifically talking to leadership. A lot of our children serve. It's a family business for those of us in naval aviation. And they're like, don't believe the media. The morale's amazing. Those guys are doing tip of the spear mission work. I live with a retired F-18 pilot husband who also is begging to find a way to get back in the cockpit because he's jealous of what he sees. So just that type of mentality. Thank you for that. I know that they're doing a mission, and keeping them engaged is an important part of the fight. Along those same lines about naval aviation, I would love to hear, Mr. Secretary, your thoughts about the future of naval aviation. I know that this is a budget hearing, so last year's budget we had $900 million that we were looking forward to using in the FAXX program, and then the fiscal year 27 request was reduced to $140 million. And I, of course, keeping tabs on the Air Force, $5 billion for their F-47 program. So we love aircraft carriers. We love that mobile air superiority piece. What are your plans for the future of naval aviation? I kick and scream every day of the week here in this committee about the F-35s and getting them at our East Coast.
Okay,
master
we'll
jet base. I know
we'll
that
hop back
FAX
in real quick. They're going to be just talking about, I guess, details, the future of the Air Force and everything else. And they, as you know, they hop back from Democrat to Republican. I'm really more interested in the Democrat question than Pete Hegseth's, what he's got an uncanny ability to combat these jabronis and their gotcha questions in a way that a lot of people can't do. So, as you heard just then, the Democrat, whatever her name, I don't even know that girl's name, but you can tell it was very scripted, very practiced. And she's like,
She was looking in her mirror this morning practicing.
well, our president doesn't have the mental stability to lead. And he's like, well, you didn't care about that during the Joe Biden administration, did you? And that's what I've been hearing throughout this is Ro Khanna was one in particular. They're talking about how the American people are suffering with gas prices and how prices of everything else are about to go up because of the U.S. blockade. And the Trump administration has no idea what it's doing. What do you have to say for yourself? And while, yes, we're dealing with higher gas prices, it is so disingenuous for these same Democrats to come out and make that argument while they sat on their hands for the entire Biden administration, while we hit all-time highs, while inflation ran rapid, and we dealt with real economic suffering throughout those 4 years. Real economic suffering. And then she brings up the 13 brave service members that have given their lives for this country during this operation. Wonder what she said about the ones during the Afghanistan withdrawal at Abbey Gate. You think she had some sort of big speech prepared for that to try to hold Biden administration officials accountable? No. She didn't care about those soldiers. Those brave men and women didn't matter. But now that it's politically beneficial for her to bring up these brave men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice, she wants to make it a point and point the finger at Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump for being responsible for the deaths of these individuals. These people are so fake. They're so phony. And they always have been. Anyway, back to the FBI raiding the Minnesota Child Care Centers. I want to give you a little bit of details on that because I want to talk about fraud uno momento. So yesterday we find out that the FBI, along with federal, state, and local law enforcement, executed 22 different search warrants across the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area yesterday morning. They included multiple child centers and other businesses, mostly reportedly tied to the Somali community, as part of the ongoing investigation into social services fraud that has cost the American taxpayers and the Minnesota taxpayers hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. The DOJ spokesperson confirmed the operation, saying today the FBI, with federal, state, and local law enforcement, is involved in a court-authorized law enforcement activity as part of an ongoing fraud investigation. The raids were not related to immigration enforcement, they said. Instead, they focused on alleged fraud in programs such as child care assistance, Medicaid-funded services, including autism support and pandemic-era initiatives. One high-profile location hit was the Quality Leering Center in Minneapolis that has become really the face of this entire thing. It's good that some action is being taken against these fraudsters. Comey making his first appearance in federal court today, too. That's exciting. Man, lots going on, dude. Lots going on. By the way, John Bird, do you want to hear some of the reaction from your shouting shout-outs on the text line?
Sure.
Or do you want to move on from that part of your life
That's your call. You're the boss.
since you got in trouble?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm going to take the heat for it because I told you to step it up, and I didn't think about the fact that it was, I think in the back of my mind, I say to myself, we're in soundproofed rooms, but yours is not really soundproofed.
Right.
And so much like when people are in the hallway and have these big booming voices, it ends up interfering with the show, and we hear it on the mic, on your mic in particular. I didn't think about all the yelling you were doing, probably echoing down through the hallways.
It's okay, man. It's all good.
You've been back to work for 3 days and you're already in trouble.
Yeah. But I've always been somewhat of a rebel,
Yes, you have.
an unknowing, idiotic rebel.
Cindy says some of us use earbuds at work in all caps.
All right, I'm blaming you on that. It's all your fault.
Tracy says LOL in all caps.
Okay. Well, she's probably not listening with AirPods.
Walter said there was nothing about that wasn't hilarious.
Yes, there was when the boss came in.
Yeah, that part wasn't funny.
That wasn't hilarious.
Craig says, I enjoyed the Drill Sergeant Bird episode. So it was a mixed bag. Some people liked it, some people didn't.
Yeah, well, I can see if they got the earbuds in.
Yeah.
I can have a commanding, irritating voice at times. That's why from now on I'm going to talk like a smooth jazz radio announcer at night.
Well, listen, you've got you're getting the best of both worlds, essentially. And again, I'm taking responsibility for that because I told him to step it up because it was the shouting shout-outs.
Yes, but you know what? I'm an adult. It was my responsibility. It was my responsibility. So I did not use good judgment. I'm probably going to have to do one of those online retraining things now.
Yeah, you are. You're going to have to take a training course on how not to scream.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't hurt, actually. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Just 10 minutes of your day to take another training deal. I just took one for the email stuff.
Yeah, I caught one. I did the hover over and all that. And I was like, boom, got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
You used to be one of the people that were the most guilty of clicking
Oh
phishing
man,
emails.
I was, I was to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get fired.
Yeah, we all thought you was gonna get fired.
I
over the
did,
email
but
deal.
for a different reason.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, it's but I mean, I'm more deliberate and not always rushing through.
Yeah, you've done a good job. You're definitely more astute than you once were.
Thank you very much.
Jawbone Jam. I'm
Yes.
gonna start hammering this, by the way, because again, I think some of y'all are just kind of dragging your feet and waiting till the last minute, and I do not want y'all to do that. Please go get your tickets if you haven't done so yet. Brother Kane, Stone Horses and Cattle. And I'll tell you this, Brother Kane is the biggest of the three bands, although they're all three big bands. If you haven't heard Brother Kane, I want you to go look him up on YouTube or Spotify or whatever and go listen to him. And it's really, really good music. But this is 10 years, man. This is our 10-year anniversary. We're never going to have another 10-year anniversary. So I really, really want to see you guys out there. I'll be there, Val and Dixon and Leland and AJ and Bird. I'll have my lovely wife with me and John Bird. Are you gonna bring your? Well, I ain't gonna say.
No, I'm going to be. John Bird won't be attending.
Oh,
My nephew will be attending.
whose name is
Chase.
Chase?
Yes.
Chase Bird.
Yes. Yeah, but he likes to go by Chase Burden.
Chase Bird.
He's a little bit of an emo grunge guy. So
Okay.
I hope everybody likes him. Be nice to him.
Yes, please be nice to him.
Very anxious.
But remember, Ticketmaster.com, search Talk 99.5 or search Jawbone Jam. Or if you want to go to IronCityBham.com, get your tickets there. It's very easy to get your hands on the tickets. might as well do it now to make sure. And I think I get what it is. Some of y'all that are procrastinating, I'm guilty of it as well. But you always think to yourself, well, what if something comes up or whatever? Don't worry about that. It's Friday night, man. And it's a 10-year anniversary that we'll never be able to do again. So thank you to Danny Knowles of the Knowles Group. Thank you to Blakely's Bouquet and Aqua Systems for all being a part of that and making sure that we can put on a good show. Yeah. Yeah. Christopher says, respectfully, Trish is worth the price of admission.
She is.
There
She's
you
an
go.
angel.
You get to meet Trish. You get to meet all the boys and girls of Talk 99.5, and it'll be a good old time. We want to see y'all. We want to see you up in the cut. All right, so what were we talking about, John Burt? We were talking about fraud. We were talking about the Leering Center. Oh, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
This is I don't know if this is fraud or what this would fall under. I think this falls under just scamming your company. But there was a new James O'Keefe piece. You know, he does these undercover pieces and gets guys to go out with an undercover reporter, which is like some hot girl, and they end up spilling the beans about what they do. This is a Fox News media vice president that was caught on hidden camera bragging about charging $4,000 at a time strip club bills to Fox corporate credit cards.
Grief.
It's wild, dude. James Hermes is his name. He bragged to an undercover OMG journalist that he can just walk into a strip club and spend thousands of dollars on a Fox corporate credit card. He said, quote, "You can take this Fox credit card, walk into a strip club, literally, and spend $4,000 on Fox. Go into your corporate manager, and they would sign it and pay it off. It's like that. It's still like that," he says. "We just lie on the Fox expense report. No one's going to effing say a word to me. It's the best job because I'm a celebrity around all of it, but no one knows me. It's like winning the lottery." Dang, bro.
What an idiot.
Dang, bro. And now he has, I don't think he's lost his job yet, but I assume that it's
got to be on its way. It's got to be coming down the pipe.
yeah, it's probably well on his way. I mean, especially in this day and like at a time like this, as we've been dealing with this week in particular, people getting fired over the stuff they're saying. Like, if you're doing something wrong, you need to just shut up for the rest of the week. Maybe wait till next week before you start saying stuff like this. Herms was caught bragging to our undercover journalist that he oversees approximately $90 million worth of business a year for the company, which makes him, quote, a celebrity around all of it, but no one knows me. Lying on an expense report such as disguising strip club charges directly violates Fox Media standards of business conduct, which requires, quote, accurate and complete information. According to the report, these apparent false entries are rolled into budgets, audits, and corporate filings, making the company disclosures misleading instead of, quote, full, fair, and accurate. Because Fox requires employees to record truthful data, Herms is in clear violation of this policy, which can constitute financial misconduct. These possible false expense reports made by Herms may also violate the federal U.S. Tax Code 274, which states that, quote, no deduction shall be allowed for an activity generally considered to constitute entertainment, amusement, or recreation.
That sure falls under those categories.
It sure does. It sure does. Bad move by that guy. But again, it goes back to the fact that, and I've said this before about these undercover reports, you've got guys that are so full of themselves that, you know, while they are narcissists, they really don't have a lot going on outside of their job. There's not much interesting about them. So when they get on a date and they think, what's something interesting I can talk about myself? Because again, they're narcissists, so they want to talk about themselves instead of asking their date about them. What can I talk about? Well, my job, obviously, because that's all that there is about me. What's the cool aspects to my job? Well, in this guy's case, it's cool that he gets to go to strip clubs on the dime of the company. In the case of government employees, as you've seen in the past, sharing classified information. Saying, hey, I've got stuff that nobody else knows. You want me to tell you? If I tell you, will you sleep with me? That's essentially what they're saying. And they don't seem to learn their lesson. I just don't get it. Scams everywhere. Oh, and more scams for Planned Parenthood. By the way, the Trump administration and Congress has cut funding for Planned Parenthood. They are now trying something a little different. Some different services that they're providing. I'll give you that information when we get back. 205-545-9950. The line talk 99.5. 205-545-9950. So as I stated, Trump and Congress have cut funding for Planned Parenthood, which John Bird, you and I would probably agree is a good thing.
Yes, definitely.
Planned Parenthood, which was founded on the idea of thinning out the black population, founded by one Margaret Sanger, who was incredibly racist and really a psychopath. And Planned Parenthood has really stuck to that model by, infiltrating, minority communities and providing an incredible amount of abortions over the years. And all the while receiving $500 million of taxpayer dollars per year. Now that they've been defunded, what are they going to do? Do they just close up shop? Do they just pack up and go home? No, my friend. They are using Botox to keep Planned Parenthood afloat.
What?
Botox services, my friend. As Christine, this is from NPR, by the way, because they're very excited about this. As Christine Ruiz sits in an exam room for some aesthetic skin treatments, she looks nervous. She's not new to injectables like Botox, but this is the first time she's received them at a Planned Parenthood clinic. Quote, so I usually do the 11s and then across the forehead. I really like the little lip flip, she says to her clinician, describing what she wants done. The Sacramento clinic is part of Planned Parenthood Marmonte, the largest Planned Parenthood affiliate in the country, covering Northern California and parts of Nevada. It has started offering a new set of services ranging from Botox to IV hydration for skin rejuvenation or for after a night of drinking, all of which patients pay for with cash. They can also request sedation for certain procedures, like the placement of an some sort of device. What is that? Intrauterine device? Is that one of the birth control things? That's the
I don't know. Intravene, would you say? Intro.
How
does it spell?
INTRAUTERINE.
Oh, intrauterine.
Intrauterine.
That means inside the uterus. What?
Yeah, they call that what do they call that? An IVF, an IDF, a DMV,
IUD.
IUD. That's it. IUD. The shift comes as Planned Parenthood faces financial uncertainty after President Donald Trump and Congress stripped funding for the abortion rights organization as part of the tax and spending package passed last year. The cuts, which prevent Planned Parenthood and other organizations that perform abortions from accepting Medicaid as payments for non-abortion services, are set to expire this summer. Congress could renew them for another year. The affiliate says about 75 to 80% of its patients are on Medi-Cal, California's Medicaid program. Revenue from the new offerings could allow the affiliate to continue providing reproductive health care while it tries to fill the funding gap. So essentially, we're taking money away from them because we're not gonna fund the abortions. I mean, if you want to do abortions and your state allows it, we'll figure out how to do it without using our money. It's a pretty simple ask. If half the country or even 30% of the country doesn't agree with abortion, well, then you shouldn't be using taxpayer money for it.
Absolutely not.
Especially when you're talking about killing a baby.
But now they're doing Botox. How can you get government funding for doing a service like that?
Well, they're not get government funding for that. They're just trying to make money other ways. Like even their Botox services, people have to pay cash for them, or debit card or credit card or whatever. They can't use Medicaid or Medi-Cal.
So they're not a government agency anymore. They're not.
Well, they never
They're
were.
private.
They were just being subsidized by the government, which is disgusting. And just to give you some insight on abortion itself, I want you to listen to this. So this is Brandon. Hop over to number 5 for me, Jumper. This is Brandon Gill, who is a representative in Congress, and he's great. Love this guy. He had they were doing a hearing, and there was an abortion advocate that was there testifying, and Brandon Gill decided to ask her a simple question. If you're an abortion activist or an abortion advocate, you would probably have an answer for this, especially this lady in particular. What is your favorite type of abortion? If abortion is so important to you as it is for this individual and as it is for Planned Parenthood, which one do you like the best?
You're an advocate for abortion, for abortion policy. What's your favorite type of abortion?
I am an advocate for patients having access to the full realm of reproductive health care.
But do you have a preferred method of abortion that you like?
I do not.
Let me read through a couple different methods, and I want to get your take on how much you like these. The first type is called a suction abortion. This is when the cervix is dilated and a strong suction, 29 times the power of a household vacuum cleaner, tears the baby's body apart and sucks it through the hose into a container. Do you prefer that method?
I stand by my former testimony.
That sounds kind of gross, doesn't it? Sounds pretty gruesome. Do you agree? It does to me.
I stand by how I answered your question fully and accurately.
Okay, what about this one? This one is called dilation and curettage. After dilation of the cervix, a sharp looped knife is inserted into the uterus. The baby's body is cut into pieces and extracted, often by suction. Do you prefer that method?
What I believe we are here to talk about today is the FACE Act. We are not here to
No,
talk about
I'm
the
asking you, you're a
legality of
pro-abortion
abortion.
advocate. I'm asking if you prefer the dilation and curettage method.
I am an access to reproductive health care advocate.
You don't want to talk about abortion itself. Why is that?
I would prefer to talk about the reason that the committee called the hearing.
Is it because it's
the freedom of
uncomfortable to talk
access.
about?
Would prefer
It should be uncomfortable.
I would prefer, if you would let me finish my statement, to talk about the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act, which is
We're
what I
talking
was
about
asked to come
what that
here to
access
talk about.
gets. How about this one? It's called dilation and evacuation. Forceps are inserted into the uterus, grabbing and twisting the baby's body to dismember him or her. If the head is too large, it must be crushed in order to remove it. Do you prefer that method?
I would prefer to talk about the reason the hearing was called and the basis of my expert testimony.
It's uncomfortable to hear this, isn't it? It is. I think it is, because it's barbaric and evil. How about this one? It's called the saline injection. It's when a 20% salt solution is injected through the mother's abdomen into the baby's amniotic fluid. The baby's skin is burned off. The baby ingests the solution and dies of salt poisoning, dehydration, and hemorrhaging of the brain. Do you prefer that method?
I would prefer to talk about the subject of the hearing.
This is the subject of the hearing. This is about protests outside of abortion clinics. I'm asking you about abortion.
I stand by my prior testimony.
Okay. I wouldn't want to talk about this either if I were you, because it is barbaric and evil.
Yes, it is. And that's hard to hear, by the way.
Not for them, evidently.
But those people, it's just another day in the office. And it's a reminder of why Planned Parenthood is so evil.
How can you divorce yourself from reality like that? And just cut your emotions off like that?
Yeah, to hear that and it not be able to affect you. And to just go down the cliche, well, you're not a woman, so you don't have any say-so in this. Well, that may be true if a woman is able to create a child on her own, but last I checked, it takes two to tango and make a baby. So I would say everybody's got a say in it, especially when it comes to their taxpayer dollars.